Hello everyone, my name is Lakna. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. So in this video, I want to talk about the movement of Rahu and Ketu from Aries and Libra into Pisces and Virgo. So this shift is starting at the end of this month and will continue on for the next 18 months. This is such a massive turning point. This is going to influence all of us on such a deep level, individually and collectively. So Rahu and Ketu, these nodes, they create this demon dragon being. Rahu is the head, Ketu is the body and the tail. Rahu is this energy that we are moving towards in this lifetime, our destiny, our path, our purpose in this life. And it is very new to us, so it can be scary. Rahu is also very connected to this material earthly realm, which is why Rahu can be deceiving, because this material world is filled with illusions. Rahu also amplifies whatever it focuses on. Then Ketu is our past life energy that we have fully mastered in several lifetimes, and it is stuff that we're trying to detach from. So it can be obsessions and addictions and karmic cycles, basically, that we keep repeating, that are keeping us trapped. So Ketu wants us to release more and surrender and let go so that we can become more and more spiritually free. So these two energies of Ketu and Rahu and Ketu, they need to be in balance and in flow and in harmony, because they were once connected. They're separated now, and they're always in search of each other to be harmoniously in balance, like yin and yang. So it's important for us to understand how to balance within us these new energies that we're stepping into with Pisces and Virgo. And the energies of Pisces within Rahu is going to be amplified now. So I believe this is really beautiful and divinely timed for all the water signs and all of the Pisces 12th house people. We're finally going to have a chance to thrive here on earth. People who have felt like we don't belong, or we don't fit in, or we don't know how to live in this material world. I had this vision of all of these fish and all of these sea creatures just roaming everywhere on the land, like the water coming to the land, and it's just like all these sea creatures just floating around everywhere, with Rahu from behind just giving us the nudge and the push to do what we need to do. So it's a beautiful time. We're going to be able to thrive. People who are really spiritual and creative and emotional and intuitive, we're finally going to have our chance to learn how to live here on earth. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So this is something that people who are really shut off from their spiritual side are going to have to learn as well, to see that we are souls having this human experience. This human body is just our vessel for the soul. So yeah. And the tarot cards for these two signs is really interesting to look into. So the Pisces tarot is the moon, and the Virgo tarot is the hermit. And both of these cards, the moon is number 18 and the hermit is number 9. Number 18 also reduces to 9. So both of these cards, the numerology is number 9, which is the number of Mars. So I believe ultimately the biggest theme of this next 18 months is healing our Mars, the Mars energy within us, which is our direction, our passion, the way that we take action, and why it is that we take action in life, and how we take action, the way that we respond, our aggression in life, all of that stuff. So yeah, it's really interesting to see that these two cards, the moon and the hermit, they seem like nothing to do with Martian energies at all. They are, you don't see any fiery action going on there at all. And this is because these two cards, the moon is our hidden subconscious emotional world, our soul, the way that we feel. That is the moon. So the moon wants us to really feel into our heart and our emotions before we take action in this world, and to also feel into and reflect on why we've been doing the things we've been doing. The Hermit is so similar. The Hermit wants us to really reflect, go within, be introspective, and take a break from the outside world to actually go through, it's like we're going through a bit of a reset to really shut off the mind, because Ketu is this headless being and Virgo is ruled by Mercury, the mind. So there's no more room for the mind now. The head is getting cut off. So we have to think less. And Rahu is now going to be amplifying the energies of the moon. So we're going to have to feel a lot more and tap a lot more into our emotions and our intuition. And that is going to take a bit of a step up from the logical thinking brain. And so now I believe it's going to be a time for humanity as a collective, and also for all of us individually, to reflect on how we have created, like, through the logical mind, we have advanced as humanity in so many ways. Like, we've created so many beautiful things for ourselves. There's technology, there's like homes, shelter, there's clothing, like so many things that we have created through that logical Mercurian Virgo ways of being detail oriented and analytical and practical to create some beautiful things. But now we have to take a step back and feel into everything that we're doing, how we're taking action in the external world, and have in any ways these actions led us astray, because there are so many things that the man has created, man-made things that we have created that are actually so harmful for us. And I believe that now we're having this great reset to turn back to the most purest ancient wisdom that exists, which is the wisdom of Mother Nature, which, by the way, Virgo is super aware of and super like a part of. Virgo is an earth sign and is all about the harvest, the blessings, the abundance of Mother Nature, what Mother Nature can provide for us. So I really see themes that will arise to do with health and healing, especially because of this 6th to 12th house. Like, 6th house is about being of service and being healing. 12th house rules hospitals. So I believe we're going to have new innovative ways of healing ourselves come through, and that might require a reset of turning back to the most ancient, oldest ways that we have forgotten, because we've been moving so fast in that Martian way with the logical mind without really feeling. And actually, this is the big theme, is like Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So Mercury is our mind and our intellect and our intelligence. Jupiter is the knowledge that comes through. Jupiter is wisdom, and wisdom comes through more than just the logical thinking brain. Wisdom comes through an inner knowing and this intuitive wisdom and experience and seeing with the eyes, and like really experiencing nature. Really, nature is wisdom, this ancient wisdom that we are tapping back into. And another thing that I see coming up with this moon and this hermit energy is that, especially people who are strong Pisceans, or not just Pisceans, but even people with strong Virgo in their chart, Virgos and Pisces can be seen as so selfless in different ways. Virgos are selfless in a way that they want to be of service, and they're willing to work so hard and do all of these practical things to help humanity. They're ruled by the 6th house, which is of being of service. Pisces is selfless in a way where Pisces have no boundaries naturally, so they just absorb all of the emotional things around them, and they detach from themselves because they have no choice, but that is the way that they are. And this selflessness has deterred so many people from their divine Rahu path and purpose, because they've been drained by the world around them, or they've been distracted, or they've been led astray by the forces of energy that are, you know, just taking away from what they want to do for themselves. And Mars is this energy of really being passionately focusing on what you're supposed to do for you. So yeah, I do feel that this moon is going to actually amplify with its light the shadow of our world, and we may actually have to completely lose ourselves and go through this process of complete loss in order to find ourselves on the deepest level. And you can see in the moon card, there's the 2 dogs. So there's this really traditional domesticated pet kind of dog, and then there is the wolf. And I believe this is the same dog, but it's just the different versions of it. So the moon is going to be illuminating that wolf, unhinged, authentic, rawest part of us that we have hidden for whatever reason, maybe because we're trying to follow so many rules and regulations that society puts on us. Virgo always wants to follow those rules and be structured and grounded and do the things that Virgo has been told to do. So we need to reflect on in ways that maybe that has held us back from being our most truest, authentic wolf self. But we also need to make sure we don't just, like a Pisces, boundaryless, like flowing into this wolf self and just do whatever we want to do and roam around like a wolf, and we don't go like killing things or hurting or harming things. Like, we learn to balance and that we're safe and grounded as well. So yeah, it's just about balancing the Pisces and Virgo energies. You can even see there's a scorpion coming out of the water. So everything's going to be coming out. Everything's going to be on the land and comfortable and flowing. And we just need to be comfortable in ourselves. We need to love ourselves more. We need to reflect more. We need to go within like the hermit and really face whatever is coming up for us when we do that inner reflection. And it needs to be like proper reflection where we're not like distracting ourselves by like doing things like listening to music, watching things and being alone. Like, we need to be in a meditative place where we actually shut off our mind completely and allow the intuitive flow of the moon to guide us. So some other things that I see with Virgo that can help balance out the Piscean energy is taking that practical, grounded, like creating daily routines for yourself in order to go within. Like, you actually do need to create a routine to make sure, like, every Monday you're going to meditate, every Tuesday you're going to do some breath work and journaling, and, you know, create a structure and routine and foundation for yourself. You can't just be fish like floating around everywhere. Like, the fish needs its place to be solid and just figure out what's going on with its life. So yeah, it's about thinking less and feeling more, but also not acting mindlessly and recklessly. We are in this phase to learn to balance out the logical left brain with the right brain, and also to trust in ourselves more and our intuition, and to be more free-flowing with life, because I believe that intuitive wisdom is just as important and as powerful, if not more, than the logical, practical brain. And I know that humanity actually, we used to be a matriarchal system very long ago, where women actually did run the world, and it was much more intuitive, and it was more like we all helped each other, we were all more connected to each other, and there was so much less fighting and wars and things like that going on. And the world has become a lot more patriarchal, but I can see that we are embodying more of those matriarchal systems more and more, and a lot of us are realizing how important it is to return back to those ways. And I feel the next 18 months is going to just amplify and accelerate that on so many levels. So it's really beautiful. So yeah, I just wanted to share a few of these things. If you want to know more about your personal chart, please do send me an email. I am going to offer a 1-hour nodal shift reading where I'll go through your personal chart with you using tarot and Vedic astrology. So I will have details in the notes section of this video if you're interested for that. But otherwise, stay tuned for my next video. My next video is going to be about the November energies, which are also the Hermit card. Is the November month, and it is the 9-month Mars energy. And it's so interesting because this is the energies, the themes that we need to learn about our Mars, of how going internal and reflecting on why it is that we act and we respond in the world, so that instead of moving forward so fearlessly and doing all these things, we actually take this reset for ourselves before we act. So I'll speak a bit more about that in my next video. But yeah, you all have a beautiful time with these eclipse energies. Obviously you can see it's more about being internal and introspective, and making sure that everything we're doing in this world is aligned with our higher self. That is what this massive new chapter we're starting on is going to be about as well. So if you resonate with this video, please let me know. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate the support as well, and I love to hear your stories as well. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video.